Okay, so in this session, I'm going to be covering how to ensure your trading system code is accurate, because there are some very simple, easy mistakes that you can make which will lead to your code being inaccurate and give you false impressions about how profitable your trading system is. So accuracy in your trading system code when you're doing backtesting is of paramount importance. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay out the code in sections for easy testing and debugging. Now, I'm a big favor of simple trading systems. If you have to write pages and pages of code, then it's not simple. If you have to write pages and pages of code, then your trading system is not simple. And so we want a really, So you want to lay out your code in sections for easy testing and debugging. And the way you do that is group your sections of code up into several different categories, put them all together so they're easy to evaluate, to debug, to check, and make sure that it's all running properly. So the sections I like to group my system code into are the backtesting options, the parameter values, the rule definitions, the buy and the sell rules, stop loss, and the portfolio management and position sizing. Now, I'm going to show you some examples of laying this out. But again, if you've got complex code and it's taking pages and pages to write out the code for that system, it's not simple and it's probably not the right place for you to start. If you've bought a system from someone else and the code is very complex, then you need to be very careful to check every single line and make sure that you understand it. And we'll go through that. So just really simply, I've just put some a very straightforward layout of Amy broker code here for you to think about. This is not a system for you to trade. So I'm not recommending this. It's not profitable. It's not an example of a good system. All I'm doing is illustrating, lay it out so that it's nice, so that it's easy to check and debug, and so you know exactly where everything is. So the first section is the backtest setup. You're going to put all of the setup commands to establish your backtest in the one spot, not scattered all through the code, and annotate it nicely. Annotate it well so that you know what each line is. And then you're going to have the parameter values. It's very tempting to write numbers in the formulas to define your parameter values. You know, if you're writing a moving average and you've got, EMA, open brackets, C, 20, close brackets for the 20-day moving average, that's not very helpful because you're going to have parameter values like that 20-day EMA scattered through your code. Take them all out, define them as variables, and put them in one section with all of the parameter values so that it's nice and neat. You can find them all easily. You can adjust the values and you can switch them between optimization variables and parameter variables so that you can run your back tests easily. You can debug them sensibly. Keep like with like. It'll make a huge difference for the accuracy of the system. And then you've got the trading rules section. So we're defining the rules first individually so that you can make sure each one is correct and working. And then you're going to combine those rules into the buy and sell lines. Now, again, I'm not suggesting this is a good system, so don't arc up on me about this is a crappy system. All I'm showing you is just a simple layout. Keep your like parts of your system together. Okay, so the last section in your code is the portfolio and risk management section. Now, I like to keep this all together because this is the thing that controls how your equity curve really looks. Once you've got your buy and sell signals right and you've optimized the rules, it's the way you pull them together with your portfolio and risk management that really makes a difference. So we're going to keep that together at the bottom of the code as well. Now, you need to understand every single line of your system code. Why? Because if there's something there you don't understand, there's a potential error that can creep through. And whose money is it that you're trading with? It's probably your money, and no one cares about your money more than you do. If you're running rules that you don't understand, you're putting yourself at risk. And again, I don't care who you get the system from. It's your personal responsibility to make sure that it's right, to make sure that it's profitable, to make sure that it's coded correctly. So spend the time to understand every line of code. And if there's something you don't understand, if you've bought the system, go back to the author and ask. Go to the support area. Go to the Facebook group and ask. Because it's your money and you owe it to yourself to make the most of it. Once you've understood the code and checked that the code is correct, the syntax is correct, the next step is to double check that it's executing correctly. And so what you're going to do here is you're going to take the rules and represent them on the chart as indicators and find the entry and exit rules and make sure that the prices the system is generating for the entry and the exit are exactly correct. Make sure that when you look at the winning trades, the losing trades, the trades that hit the stop loss, the trades that hit the profit target, the trades that hit your time stop, the open trades, make sure that the day and the price that they enter and exit at are exactly what they should be based on your understanding of the rules. Too many people are too eager to hit backtest and then look at the results, look at the statistics of the system. The first thing you should do is hit backtest and then look at the individual trades to make sure that the individual trades are correct. Once you're satisfied that all of the different types of trades the system generates are correct, then you can run the backtest and look at the system statistics in the knowledge that the system is executing correctly. But unless you've inspected 20, 30, 50 trades from that system generated to make sure that they're entering and exiting on exactly the right bar at exactly the right price, you've got no business looking at the stats of the system. I hope that makes sense. I know that this is a hard discipline to get into because I've made this mistake countless times myself, where I get all excited about a system, I code it up, or I get it from somewhere and I run a backtest and the results look amazing and I get all carried away, and then I realize there's a mistake in the code. And I fix the mistake and the system goes to crap. And as all of that work and all of that excitement is for nothing. So check the individual trades. You don't have to test all of them, but you must test every type of trade to make sure that it's executing correctly. Once you've done all of those tests, you can be confident that the trading system code is accurate.